Hey guys, hopefully I'm going to try and open up my Facebook page so I can see you guys commenting on stuff. Yeah, got my coffee, I'm ready. So yeah, start throwing in questions when you're ready. I'm going to just see if anyone's got any questions for me. Hey Kimberly, how you going? If you got a question, throw it in the comments. Ready to go. Hey guys, hello. Alright, so I got one question yesterday from Sandy. I'm just going to go bring it up now. So her question was, So her question was, how do you switch off, clear your head, and have family time when this job requires giving, supporting, and investing with you guys as much as what we are doing at the moment? So switching off, and I guess it goes for a lot of you guys as well, because you guys have all got kids at home and you're probably working at home, or if not, you're trying to juggle work and kids, general life anyway. So I kind of put besides the fact that the kids are in daycare now and I can do all this stuff now, before, through like the 3 weeks, we had a bit of a COVID-19 scare anyway, where we were isolated. Hey, Angela. So we were isolated anyway. So this is like our 5th week, I think, of isolation, but the kids went back to daycare / last week. So we had 3 weeks with everyone at home. Like Kat couldn't go to work, I couldn't go to work, and the kids had to be here as well because we potentially had coronavirus, which we didn't, but we had to stay at home. So during that time, I had to break my stuff into chunks. So if it helps, I do a Pomodoro technique, which is a study technique, and it's basically 25 minutes of focused work and a 5-minute break. And I used that 5-minute break to go hang with the kids quickly and then went back in. So I usually did something like 25 minutes focused work with current clients and then had a 5-minute break. Then I did 25 minutes focused work with like potential clients, so people who potentially could become a new client of mine so I can coach them. So I spent 25 minutes there and then I had a 5-minute break. And then I went into 25 minutes of business building or business systems or something like that, social media posting, whatever. And I did 25 minutes there, had a 5-minute gap. And then I spent 30 minutes with the kids, and then pretty much actually 30 to an hour and a half with the kids, and then recycled that setup. So the Pomodoro technique is meant to be like you do 2 hours of 25 minutes focus work, 5 minutes break. So it's a 30-minute block. You do 4 of those blocks, and then you have a 50-minute break. And you redo that again, another 4 blocks, 50-minute break, 4 blocks, 50-minute break. And you keep chunking your day like that. And when I used to work at home ages ago with the kids at home when I was a stay-at-home dad, that's pretty much the only way I was able to get through work. So I could focus on whatever I was doing and then focus on the kids and then focus on what I was doing and focus on the kids. It's not perfect, but it works really well if you try to do it. The only thing is you've got to chunk the tasks you've got to do into 30 minutes. So most tasks I break down into steps, and the steps I'll try and chunk them down to be less than 30 minutes of time to get done. The other good thing is I'm a procrastinator. I will play with stuff until I feel like it's really perfect and ready. So something like a Pomodoro thing will make you get the work in no matter what in that time frame. So even with training, so doing a Pomodoro, I try and do 50 minutes of training a day, so 2 Pomodoro blocks, and I try and jam as much as I can fit in those 2 25-minute blocks. It might be 25 minutes both together, so a 50-minute training block, or I do 25 and 25 later. And the WODs I do with you guys each day is part of one of those blocks. So I do a little bit beforehand, then I'll go on with you guys, and then that's it. So yeah, that's a way of doing it there. You guys got any other questions? Throw them in the comments. I'm just scrolling to see if there's anyone got any. I was sipping my coffee, so I'm going to stay on as long as my coffee lasts. So if you ask me more questions and I talk more, I'll stay on longer. With the WODs, I did a video the other day about how many WODs she's doing a day. Keep waving the intensity. Like if you're getting pretty banged up, go light. You can do every WOD still, but just go really light and make it really easy, or just do one. So there's two ways of waving intensity. So you can wave the amount of intensity during the session. So we call it perceived exertion, or rate of perceived exertion. So high, I class medium to high as anything over 6 out of 10. So if it's a 6 out of 10 or higher, it's medium to high. If it's 6 out of 10 or lower, it's a nice low-end recovery workout. So if you have one day where you feel like you did all the WODs and that was like, yeah, it was like a 7, 8 out of 10 for all of them combined, the next day, make them a 6 out of 10 or lower. And then wave them up and down like that. So a 6 out of 6 or higher one day, 6 or lower the next day, 6 or higher one day, 6 or lower the next day, and keep waving up and down that way. Tally, I still have Easter eggs. Should I bin them? Are they calling? They are calling me all the time. It depends. If it's Lindt dark chocolate Easter eggs, eat them. If it's anything else, someone had a really good idea. Emma Joyce had a really good idea. One of my one-on-one clients. She's gonna bag them up and re-gift them to neighbours. So you go around and pass them off to your neighbours and put it into their mailbox. Liz smashed after 2 days, so had nothing for this morning, thinking I went too hard. No, there's not so much about going too hard. So you did, like the training sessions, like if you do them as we were showing you, they're going to be pretty gnarly. So that's why the re-energized stuff at the end of the day is good. But yeah, you need high and low, high and low. They come from the nose. Give them back to them anyway. Yeah, so Liz, definitely waving your high and low intensity. So for me, I can get maybe 2 days in a row where it's above a 6 out of 10, where it's pretty intense. And then the third day, I'm, lack of a better word, I'm pus. My training is pretty poor after that. So I try and think of high-low days as in quality days and recovery days. I'll still do the planned workouts, but I only set myself 3 quality days a week where I know I have to go hard, and these are the days I want to show improvement. And then the other days are all about just showing up, doing a very lower level of movement, but still getting in enough. So because it still ticks the box and still gets you closer to your goal, it just won't knock you around as much as those higher quality days. Definitely do the re-energized WODs at the end of every day too. Like even I get lazy doing stuff to re-energize myself, and like the mobility stuff we're doing. So doing the lives with you guys every night, Monday through Friday, has helped me a ton. I'm moving better than what I have in probably 3 months. My shoulder pain's gone away from just doing the stuff with you guys. So it definitely helps. Like if you can say consistently doing 10 minutes a day on re-energizing yourself, so mobility, flexibility, foam rolling, like cold showers, all that kind of stuff will help a lot to your recovery. Yeah, I reckon bag them up and give it to them anyway and just pretend you didn't know what happened. I didn't realize these are different eggs. Sorry. So if you guys didn't see it, we are starting to put stuff into the group for the next challenge starting on Monday, which is a nutrition challenge. If you want to do it, go to the event and then say you're going to join it, because I'm going to put a video in there on what the nutrition challenge will be over the next couple of days. So you can jump in there and have a look and keep rolling along with it. Tomorrow, I'll just have a sip of my coffee. Tomorrow is Free Call Thursdays. So I'll put a link into the group, but you can jump on and book a call with any one of us, have a free call with us, and we're going to talk about building a plan for you post-challenge. So what you get out of the plan is basically get a blueprint of like a red light scenario, the basic stuff you need to do every day to get the goal you want. So the way we kind of break it down in the call is like, where do you want to be in 2 weeks? Where do you want to be in 2 months? And where do you want to be in 2 years? And what we do is like, we got the long-term goal, which is where you're the best version of yourself. The 2-month goal is like, it's an 8 to 12 week mark where you get to see real change and you can sort of look at what you want to do. And then the 2 week mark is like, what are you going to do right now? And then every 2 weeks with the coaching clients, we refresh and set a new plan. So The 2-week goal is what we do to build your pirate map. And we build the basics you need to do, and we show you this basic stuff you need to do each day for 2 weeks for you to get the goal that you've set yourself for 2 weeks, like where you want to be in 2 weeks time, and in 2 months time, and in 2 years time. So it all builds on it. So whatever you do in 2 weeks builds towards your 2 months, builds towards your 2 years. And you guys can have one of those for free if you book one of the free Thursday calls. So I'll send a link into the group now, hopefully, and you'll be able to sign up to one of the coaching call slots, book it in wherever you like, and we will get it all sorted for you. Let me just put it into the group now. I'll put it into the comments on here as well. Post any questions you got. Struggling to keep my nutrition on track while at home. Help. Is it because first, at home nutrition is just hard. So if you got a lot of time on your hands, it's going to be even harder. So it's either going to be, you got to put hard and fast rules in place where you do not go and snack on anything. You have your 3 meals and that's it. But you have to be really strict to those rules. So you never snack. So if you say, I'm never going to snack when I'm at home, that means you're never going to snack at home. So you have to be draw a line in the sand and never go past it. I'm never going to snack again. I'm never going to snack at home. I'm going to have my 3 meals and that's it. If you want to add stuff to those meals, you can, to make them, fill them up or whatever. As it be. And that's the way to do it. But if you, with the too many temptations, it's kind of one of those things people say just to remove the temptation. You got kids. We got stuff in our cupboard, which is like biscuits and stuff that we're going to serve up to the kids when they're here. So the other option is to plan it into your day. Know that you're going to go and have a biscuit or whatever with your kids. When they snack, you're going to snack. Plan it in. Whenever you're going to snack and whatever you're going to snack with, plan it into your day and reduce your meals down to cover the snacks. That way you're still getting towards your goal. It's sort of it's my biggest weakness too. Saladas with Vegemite and butter and cheese is what our kids are absolutely loving at the moment. And it's probably one of the things I loved when I was a kid. So I've just started planning it into the day. So I allow 2 saladas with butter and Vegemite and a slice of cheese on top every day. So I just plan it in. It's going to be admittedly, my calorie account is for maintenance is 3,000 above, and for fat loss I think it's 25,000. So I've got room where I can play. If you don't have a lot of room, you just got to either reduce the snack size or reduce your meal size to fit those things in. But I think for me, allowing myself to have it and planning it in just reduced the stress. So it allowed me to eat with them. I can sit down and enjoy having a biscuit with them and not have to worry about, this is taking me away from my goal. I'm still going towards my goal because it's still in the plan. I reckon that's the best way of going about that. Do you have any more questions when you're ready, guys? I'm still trying to sign into this thing. Actually, Joe, if you're watching, throw the appointments thing into the comments. I can't log in on my iPad because technology is annoying me today. Put your hand up if you had a kid who didn't sleep after 2 o'clock last night. I just ended up getting up. Poor Caddy, I had to get out of bed because Ruby was just giving us no way of going to sleep. So I went into her about 1 to try and get her to sleep. Stayed in there for an hour, no dice, brought her to bed. Tried to get her to sleep, no dice, so I ended up getting up at 2:30 and started working then. Angela, the only way I can cope is just not to sit still. Anything to keep my hands busy, which is bad. I need to relax more. Yeah, I'm the same. Actually, I eat way more when I've got idle hands. If I'm busy, I'm good. So I don't think it's such a bad thing. But what is your relax? What do you use to relax? Or what is your go-to relax mode? So weirdly, strangely, Kat and I were talking about for ages, when the kids were at home, we were locked in, we wish we had a PlayStation so we could switch off in the afternoon and play Mortal Kombat against each other and just try and destroy each other as people do with Mortal Kombat. So weirdly, I don't know. I don't know how it all come about, but my brother ended up sending me his spare PlayStation. Like, who has a spare PlayStation 4? But he sent it to me and he doesn't want any money for it. So we just set it up and we started playing it last night, and we've been using that to do our relax, switch off, whatever, to get our relax mode. So it still keeps my mind busy, so I'm not thinking about eating. So I'm doing something, but I'm still relaxing and switching off. So that could be a way as well to think about it. Joey didn't sleep last night either. I don't know what's going on. Ruby was crazy. Kate, does the eating plan base itself on macro counting, or would you work out after a salada snack? I just go based on portions for the day. So the post-workout window now for food and getting in the right amount of protein, carbs, whatever, is 36 hours. They used to say 1 to 2 hours. But for general health, like for people like us, we're not going on stage. We're not doing anything crazy like that. We're not competing at the Olympics. So it's 36 hours after you train to get the amount of food in to recover from your workout. So I just blend my food across the day. I don't really do post-workout food anymore. I used to be like a post-workout shake with the carbs and everything in it. I might have a post-workout protein drink. I generally have a drink like a beetroot powdered juice before the workout because I feel good doing that before the workout. But afterwards, I generally just wait for my next meal. I don't stress too much about it anymore. Maybe have a protein drink, but that's it. So yeah, you can put those in whenever. And we don't, like, to be honest, once you get calories accounted for, which we're doing with the hand portions, that's our calorie control. And then you get protein sorted. Fats and carbs does not matter which way you go. You can go high in fats and low in carbs. You can go high in carbs and low in fat. Doesn't matter. As long as calories are accounted for and you can do it long term, it does not matter which way you go. There's no better way or worse way or anything. It's all independent to you and your HEC, which we call the HEC check. Hunger, energy, cravings. That's 3. I just went like that. Hunger, energy, cravings. So whatever meal you eat, do your HEC check. Is your hunger good? Like, is your hunger stable? Is your energy levels higher? And is your craving level stable? If that's good, then it's a good food. If your hunger goes through the roof and your cravings go super high and your energy crashes, it's not such a good food. So there's other things to take into account with that. Like, my HEC is going to fall out of whack come lunchtime. Like, it's 9 o'clock now and I've been up for 7 hours already. So I'm going to crash and burn soon. So my HEC will be out of whack. So your sleep patterns will affect that as well. All right, moving. Yeah, Sharon, it's very hard to stay motivated. That's why I find if you try and wait for more motivation, it's never going to come. Motivation is the hardest thing for you to be able to pick out of the air and grab and run with. The best way to think about motivation is energy, and energy is motivation. So if we know that the more energy we have, the more motivation we have, what can you do to increase your energy? That's a simple answer. You get better sleep, you walk, you eat better, you do things to de-stress. That gives you more energy. But it's really hard to pinpoint a way to get more motivation because it's different for everybody. But we do know that the amount of energy you have directly correlates to the amount of motivation you have to do something. So it's much easier to focus your energy towards getting more energy. So things like de-stressing, eating well, getting good sleep, all that kind of stuff will in turn make you more motivated to do the stuff that you know you need to do, which is just ends up being a cycle. It keeps going around in circles. Wake up, move, eat, re-energize, repeat. Liz, yeah. Still got heaps to go on my coffee. I'm going to post the link in a sec. Hopefully. Yeah, throw me questions. If you got any more questions, go for it. Copy. Alright, I'm coming back to post in the group. So I'm going to post on the comments now. Weird. So I'm going to post on the comments now. Weird. I can actually hear myself. I tried to be in for the calls this morning, but couldn't get into either. What do you mean the live workouts you couldn't get into? Is that what you mean, Liz? There's the booking page. So I just put the booking page in to get one of these calls if you want one. They're free. There is literally nothing that you will miss out on. You couldn't get into the booking page. Have you tried the link I just sent you then? Because it works fine on my end. Liz. Did you click on that link I just put in the comments just then, Liz? I'll fox you later. We'll figure it out. Make sure when you go to the booking page that... Actually, it might be good that I do this live. Where is my Safari? Yeah. So you book an appointment, you go to the page. Don't allow. Enter. So it takes you to the booking page. It says book appointment. And you go, it says choose a service. Once you do that, you go consult. And then you pick the name of whoever you want to talk to. So if you say it's me, you go Chris. And it shows you my next available appointments, which is for Thursday, and it shows you the times that are available, and you pick your time, and then it asks you for your info, and then you go confirm. So it should be working fine. If it's on your phone, you might just need to look around and see where it says, but it's definitely, you have to choose what service you want to do first, and then you can book your time. I hope that helps, Liz. I've got heaps of times available tomorrow, so if you guys want to snap them up, snap them up. And that goes for the same for everybody else. All the other guys have heaps of time as well, so there's plenty of time to chat with us. Throw me any more questions you got, guys, and I will answer them. It's kind of nice today sitting outside. But to be honest, I'm probably going to have a sleep at lunchtime because I'm wrecked from being up since 2. The Weekend Warrior Challenge will be dropping either later this afternoon or tomorrow. So you should see that. And then all you got to do is do the workout, take a video or a picture of proof that you did the workout, and post your score. And you get a few more points with that. I hope you guys are enjoying it. That's another thing too. If you got feedback about what we're doing and what you would like a little bit different or you want more info with, just comment now and let me know, or comment later and I'll come back to it. And yeah, this is all for you guys, so we want to make sure you're getting enough out of it and you're enjoying it. That's the main thing. If you're finding it fun to show up and keep doing these live stuffs. I'm getting close to the end of my coffee. Give me another question. If you got one. That goes for the same for... You guys checking in with your steps is awesome. So I'll do a little talk about why I've focused on steps so much. So with training and fat loss, most of you guys are in here for fat loss or getting healthier, or for some degree, even for fat loss and for getting healthier. Training will account for maybe 10%. So we'll talk about fat loss. Training counts for only 10% of you losing weight. So the way when you see people that train the house down just to try and outwork their diet or whatever, they will burn out. You will always burn out if you look at training as your volume control for trying to get more fat loss. Do your training, set your training, whatever amount you can fit in. You only need a minimum of 30 minutes a week, so 2 15-minute strength sessions. The rest of it, get your steps up. The more steps and the more daily activity, the more movement you have throughout the day, that accounts for 10 to 50% of your overall calorie burn. So on the weekend, Sundays is my day of usually just doing nothing. It's my complete recharge day. So my steps will go from something like 15,000 down to like almost 2,000 for the day. And my calorie burn goes from almost 3,900, so 3,900, down to probably 2,400. So you can see like the difference between the steps is a huge amount. So if you want fat loss, you get steps. If you want fat loss, you get active in your yard. If you want fat loss, keep moving around. Even the guys I do coaching calls with, I have my Bluetooth headphones on and I do walking laps of the house while I'm talking to them. I'll go back to the computer, do notes, and then go for my just walking laps again. I think better walking, but yeah, steps is the winner. Steps is your fat loss, and then it's the kitchen. So steps, and in the kitchen is where you get fat loss. Training makes you stronger, makes you look better, naked, lack of a better term. Always wondered how to incorporate horse riding with exercise. That's such a good question. It's super hard. I had someone one time ask me, he's like, I don't get the steps, but can I go for my bike rides instead? Of course you can. Like, sort of like horse riding, of course you can. You should, because it's enjoyable and you should do it. But just know you don't get the same heart rate response as you do, or the same effect on your body as you do with walking, running, or training, or whatever. So sitting down and doing stuff, like using a bike, sitting down on the bike, you have to almost 2x, 3x the amount of time you do it just to try and get the same amount of effect on your body that we're after for the fat loss. So it is good, like riding and all that stuff, and you can ride into high intensities and stuff like that to get the burn in a short amount of time, but then that's training. It's different to steps. Steps is low level activity across the board, so we want to do that. As in, what is it worth? This is my problem with 2 businesses and 2 horses struggling with time. I know where my going when it doubles or triples my steps. So that's probably like a movement thing. I think of it like, if you think about it, you will burn calories, but you're not going to burn as much as if you're doing daily activity. It's just the way it is. But don't not do it. That's the thing. Like, if your horse riding is like, and like bike riding or whatever it is you want to do is really good for you mentally, do it, because you shouldn't take it away just because you want to get a certain result. Change your food to get the result. So do the things you like to do and you enjoy to do, whether it's training, riding, whatever it is, do all that stuff you like to do, but then change the food to get the result. So that move, eat, re-energize, move whatever way you can, eat to match your movement, and re-energize so you come back and can do more of that again tomorrow. Even if you burn the same calories, obviously you have to ride longer. Not sure I understand that. Sorry, if you're comparing bike riding to, say, getting your steps in, it's just because you're sitting down. Generally, if you're on a fan bike or you're on a stationary bike in the gym, it's a 10 beat difference when you sit down. So you got to get the same response in your body, you have to bring your heart rate 10 beats higher than what you would do if you were standing up. It's getting into like wanky sciencey crap, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. Like, the main point is that because you're sitting down, you're not using your body as much as you would be when you're standing up, because you're using your core and stabilizers and everything to stay active and moving around while you're standing. That's the only reason. Keep going down the funnel. Move as much as you can with the stuff you enjoy doing. So if it's bike riding, do it, and then change your food to match the movement you're doing to get the result you want. Don't try and plug different things of movement in to get a better result if you don't enjoy it. If you enjoy bike riding, if you enjoy horse riding, if you enjoy yoga, change your food to get the result you want to get. That's the way to do it. If you're trying to add more things in so you can eat more food, I nearly dropped off there. Riding gives me back and hip pain, which I'm finding this work is good to loosen me up. Yeah, like even bike riding, strength training is going to help with that. Long distance running, like the Spartan training I do, if I don't do my strength training and just do my running, I get niggles and soreness everywhere. But if I do the strength training and re-energize, I can continue running and never really have an injury and slow down. So yeah, like any kind of sitting position long term is going to jack you up. The more you open yourself up through movement and stability and strength training, the better you're going to feel and the longer you'll be able to do it. So that whole analogy where, like, there's not a lot of guys in here doing this challenge, and that's for a reason, because a lot of guys think they can get away doing with whatever they want, or they're tradies and they've got active jobs. But it's the same thing. They're doing the repetitive movement, the same stuff all day, every day. They're going to get sore. They've probably got sore backs. They're going to blow up eventually. And eventually, later on in life, they can't do anything because they never looked after themselves. Now, same with me as a PT. I do a lot of repetitive movements where I lift things, move things in the same directions. I have to do things which are different to challenge my body, to look after it, so I don't end up with like a dicky back and I can't do anything by the time I'm 40, which is only 5 years away. Keep asking me questions. They're good questions. So like, yeah, back onto the steps versus riding versus horse riding thing. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever makes you feel good. Whatever makes you feel happy. And then after that, change your food to match your movement. That's the key. Move whatever way you like. Match your food to that movement and you'll stay lean forever. If you try and do it the other way, where you're trying to eat as much as you like and then match your movement to your food, not going to happen. You'll burn out real quick. So you always got to match your food to your movement. That way it's a less stressful scenario. This is good. And last little bit of my coffee. Jody asked before, how much coffee is too much coffee? Different for everybody. Some people are high responders to coffee where they have one and they'll have a panic attack. Some people are pretty mediocre and some people have no response whatsoever. General rule of thumb, have as much as your body can handle. I had adrenal fatigue. The inverted commas, it's not really a thing, but I had adrenal fatigue where I used a lot of caffeine and pre-workouts and all kinds of stuff when I gave up alcohol to have the same kind of buzz to my system that alcohol gave me when I was an alcoholic. So I went straight to pre-workouts, caffeine, Red Bull, all kinds of stuff, and I burnt out on that. And now I've got like it's pretty gross, but I've got an internal mechanism that tells me when I'm having too much caffeine. I sweat. I just get weird sweats. I'll be sitting here and I'll just get mad sweats under my arms, and they're not the nice kind of sweats, they're the gross sweats, but they stink. That's my adrenals telling me that I've overflowed my stress cup again, which is too much stress going in, because coffee is a stress. It's too much going in, not enough of me relaxing and making it better. So some people have that internal mechanism. Anxiety and heart flutters is an internal mechanism. Like if you're getting anxiety while you're having coffee, probably don't have it. And then the last one is just 6 to 8 hours before you go to sleep. No caffeine. Because if you have it within 6 hours of sleep, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you think you go to sleep well, you don't get your deep REM sleep, period. So you can say whatever you like I go to sleep straight away. Same with people when they say, I go to sleep straight away when I have wine every night. That's fine. You're not going to have good sleep. That's the difference. You can always get to sleep. It's about the quality of sleep. I'm not telling you not to do those things, but just know you're just kidding yourself if you're telling yourself, I'm fine, I'm getting awesome sleep no matter what. No, you always will have better sleep if you don't do those things before you go to sleep. But there's always like weighing up against your lifestyle and wanting not to smash your head through a brick wall when your kids are stressing you out at home. So you weigh it up with whatever you got. Never sleep well with wine. Nah, those bottles are too hard to sleep with. They're just unfriendly physical things. So here's the question. If you're tracking steps, take tracker off whilst riding? Nah, I reckon just keep it on, Jody. If it bumps your steps up, it bumps your steps up. Don't worry about it. The rule of thumb is your results. If you're not getting leaner, or you can use the term as healthier, but healthier is like a heart rate thing and how you feel. But if you're not getting leaner, you're eating too much for what you're burning. It's period. So you have to reduce your food. So if we're doing the hand portions, if you get the average right for across the week, like it says in the video, just take 2 portions away from carbs or fats, or both, whatever. 2 portions equals 200 calories. It means you reduce the 200 calories, but your tracking has to be on point first. But yeah, generally, if you're not leaning out, you're eating more than you're burning. That is the simple, hard facts. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You just got to keep reducing food until you start getting results. And it is, like some people say, I don't eat much. It's always coming from somewhere. It could be too much oil when you're cooking. It could be the fattiness of the meat. There's always something. So you just got to keep reducing it away somewhere. Is it okay to take multivitamins? If so, what do you recommend? Lost his in. Yes, it is okay. I haven't really found a good brand anymore. I take True Proteins Greens powder. That's my multivitamin. The other thing I take is Armour Force for immunity and fish oil. They're the only ones I take, like vitamin wise. As a multi, I think Swiss is a pretty good one. There was a really good bodybuilding one that you used to be able to get, but it was kind of expensive, but it ticked all the boxes, and it was like, it was in individual little packets, and each packet had like literally 10 pills in it, and it had everything. I felt amazing on it, but it cost like $80 and it would last a month. So it cost a bit for what you get, but I did feel really good doing it. But it's also really hard to get now because of what's going on with the transport industry. So you used to be able to get it in Olive Street Health Foods, but I don't know if you can even go in there anymore at the moment. But yeah, multivitamin's fine. You just have to spend money. If you get a cheap one, like anything, if you're looking for something cheap, you're going to get cheap. You're going to get cheap crap. Where do you find out about the hand portions? I need a physical copy of the hand portion thingy. There's videos I've posted showing of how to print off the PDF. There's the Get Lean template, which is in the unit section of the Facebook group. It's all in the group. You just got to go looking for it. If you can't find it, tell me and I'll tag you in the posts. The Get Lean template's super basic. It goes through that nutrition PDF straight away. But we are starting a nutrition challenge on Monday if you want to wait till then, because we'll go over it even more starting next week. This week's focus was all about movement, because we want to move more, and then we can match our food to our movement. We're coming up to 30 minutes. Has anyone got any other questions? Coffee's gone cold. If you guys want to print off any PDFs from the Facebook group, you have to open it in Safari, and then from Safari you can email it to yourself to print it off on your computer through your whatever email account you got, or if you got your phone connected to your printer, you can do it from Safari. You can't do it from inside Facebook. So you open the PDF, and there's a little buttons in the top corner. You tap that, and it goes open in Safari, and you go open in Safari, and then you can save it as a PDF in your phone, and you can send it to wherever you want, and then you can print it off. Would you still do extra steps if you were dancing for, say, 2 hours a day? Would you still do extra steps? Yes. Sorry, I was just trying to make sure. So, the 8,000 steps, if you really want to get super anal with it, get over 8,000 steps outside of your training sessions or dancing or whatever it is you do. That'll give you a bigger calorie burn than what you think. So, I try to get 10,000 steps or 15,000 steps outside of any training I do. So if I go for an hour run for obstacle race training, that means I've got to get about 25,000 steps for that day. So in my head, that's how I break it down. So if I do a run, 30 minutes is about 5,000 steps, an hour is roughly 10,000 steps when I go for a run. So if I do a run, I've got to get more on top of my 10 to 15,000 a day. That's getting super anal with it though. You don't have to get super anal with it. I'm happy for you guys just to get over 8,000 steps, and then if you're reducing your food to match your movement, you're getting results, yay. If you're not getting results, then we either increase your movement or decrease your food. And increasing movement isn't about getting more training, it's about increasing your daily activity, which is increasing your steps. So all comes back to results. Don't go chasing things you don't need to chase. If you're getting results by doing 2,000 steps a day and you match your food to your movement, fine, do it. You're probably not going to be healthy long term, but you're going to get the results you want. When you want to get healthy again, then start increasing your steps again. It always comes back to what you want for your goal. The goal is the prize. Keep the goal because it is the most important thing. And then do the things to get the goal. Don't try and do all this other stuff if it just makes things blurry. This is what these calls are for tomorrow. We find your goal, we find your target for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. We show you exactly what you need to do to get there. And then just block everything else out and do the things you need to do. That's the most important thing. Yeah, I'm off too. See you later, guys. This has been a good coffee chat. Let me know if you want me to do more of these during the week. I can do 1 or 2 or 3 more. I'm thinking about doing a happy hour on Friday afternoon between 3 and 5, where I just jump on and do a watch party. I'm going to put lots of random videos in there, which are kind of funny, and just see what happens. But yeah, see you later, guys. Bye.